Hey, good morning. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to be looking at the collective energy for today. Happy Wednesday. Wednesday, March 6th. So these readings are always timeless whenever you find them. Just use your discernment. If it resonates, you'll definitely know. If it's not meant for you, then just leave it behind. I hope you are doing well today. It's, I hope the week is going well for you. Let's start off with a little bit of an energy cleansing to remove any blocked energy that we have, places of confusion, not being able to see things clearly or be confident in our next moves. It also is just like a really nice practice. It helps us set our intention as well. So that's another good thing to do right now. If you have a specific question or specific message you would like answered, this is a really good time to think upon that. And then the Palo Santo, the smudge, just helps break up the energy, bring in some of that clarity, set our intention, like I said, so we can have a little bit more awareness around what we need to be doing. So with that in mind, let's get going. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for our highest and best. Clear out any unwanted energy, blocks, obstacles within our own heart, mind, soul, any fear, doubt, uncertainty. Help me to be an open channel for the collective. I've been getting tripped up on that. Thank you, Father God, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Mama. Amen. All right, so happy Wednesday. Wednesday is the day of Mercury, so this is a lot about communication, collaboration, focusing on business or our sustainability. We have some choices that are coming up for us lately. This card came out a couple readings ago, if not yesterday. I can't really remember, sorry. I don't necessarily, remember everything that is channeled in these messages. So so choices on the horizon. I like the energy too for us astrologically today. We're getting a little bit more reprieve. There's not as much tension and conflict. Yes, it's still lingering, but at the same time, Mars is harmoniously aspected to the North Node, Chiron, and our fortune point. So the stronger we become in ourselves, the more empowered we feel about our goals, our dreams, our vision for the future, the more we're gonna see energy come in on that level, right? The more we're gonna see some confirmation, right, of where we're headed to. Mars is the energy of pushing forward. It is the masculine principle of manifestation, or even just the duality that we all experience, the masculine and feminine. And Mars energy really just helps give us that momentum. Seek, give, and child. Okay, so we really have to, I'm hearing this as like seeking out new opportunities, new ways to deal, especially if you are in a situation that involves your child, a child. I think that there's better ways to go about this is what I'm hearing. Coming from, if you guys are experiencing discord within a partnership, in a relationship, maybe it is your family, maybe you have animal children as well. There could be some tension and conflict. So really finding a way to seek balance, seek harmony, maybe seeing what you can give, what you can be a little bit more gentle about in that situation. Anytime we are going through changes or endings in relationships, it can be very easy to get hostile, and then just fight for the sake of fighting. But Spirit's really asking if this situation applies to you to maybe humble yourself a little bit and try to find a different approach. Because in your outside environment, we have creation. So someone's trying to create something. They're being very methodical about how they go about this. We saw this a little bit yesterday with that patient energy. And for you, I think that there is, with this Explore card, so it's getting out there, exploring new people, places, and things. And I hear this as, this is actually like attached to what is being created for you. So Spirit has something in the works. And I think you can feel this. I think that you are seeking this out, right? I feel like you've been going through a lot of different things that just don't feel like they fit quite right. It's helpful. It's getting you to the next step, but at the same time, it's not like your thing, or you're not feeling like super secure in how things are moving right now. Needing to have better boundaries, right? Better boundaries around people, places, and things that are trying to take advantage. Just areas where we might get sucked into some drama, something that we really just don't want to be a part of, etc. Having this boundary is actually going to allow the creation potential to come through. Because I feel like this is something that's being cultivated exactly for you, right? We see that with the sculpture on the card. It is something that is very unique. It's very specified, to the artist. And so this is something that's, like I hear, this is something that's being put together just for you. And it feels good. Like, it feels very heart affirming. It feels something that's going to be very powerful. And it's coming from this place of you walking away, establishing more boundaries with people, places, and things that don't fit, right? And I'm hearing, even with things that are supportive, that do work out, we always want to make sure to have good boundaries. They say children thrive in an environment with high boundaries, high love. I feel like we have to carry that into adulthood too. You know what I mean? Just making sure that we have high boundaries for ourselves, but also a lot of love, right? A love for ourselves, love for those that are around us. It makes it a lot easier as well to navigate relationships when we do have very firm boundaries. And not to be an a-hole to anyone, but just this value of protecting your energy. It's very important to do so right now. We have North Node and Chiron, which are all about healing, our karma, growth, evolution, and both of those points are in Aries. So we really want to make sure that we are choosing empowerment for ourselves, that we are choosing to protect ourselves, regardless of what people are saying. Oh, you can get away with that. Oh, this is okay. Oh, because on the flip side, our South Node, which is us going back to comfortable habits and patterns, is in Libra. And Black Moon Lilith is in Virgo. So there's this temptation to kind of want to resort back to, whether it's bad behavior or not, it doesn't have to be, just things that are more comfortable, things that don't make us work so hard, or, we get a little bit lackadaisical about our health, our wellness, the way we're taking care of ourselves, etc. Essentially letting those boundaries slip. And Spirit says you really need to have those intact right now. There's not a lot of playing going on. It does feel like you're very work focused, or just very focused on whatever goals you have, kind of just dealing with the nitty gritty of life is how I'm hearing it. The daily grunt and grind. I think that right now, we're in the middle of the week. It's always good to find ways to lighten your heart, to have a little bit of fun, etc. But I also feel like we're picking up the pieces of things that have been left dangling, especially as it is in relation to the past. This is putting a lot of stress and burden on you. You do have the strength to handle this with this holding energy, but you want to make sure that you're not overextending yourself. Again, back to that confirmation of having strong boundaries. Actually today, which is really nice, is we have a lot of earth energy in the air. So earth energy really helps us ground and stay focused on what we're trying to achieve. It gives us more balance. Yes, there is water. There's high water element as well today. The nice thing is the earth soaks up the water. It actually kind of provides that platform that if we are feeling really emotional about something, if someone triggers us, if it's a tough conversation, etc., we can actually just remove ourselves. We can find a way to find more balance a lot quicker and easier with that earth energy being pretty strong today, which I really like. We've needed that, there's a lot of feelings everywhere, right? This wound card really confirms that value of the places that we're healing. And, it's really interesting because oftentimes we get, we try to shove things down so it doesn't feel so bad, right? So it doesn't feel so icky. Ayurveda looks at this as we shove it into the deepest tissues, Tarpaka, Kapha. Look it up if you're interested. But it's basically that value of the most cohesive layer in our being, and we're shoving these traumas, these woundings, these feelings and emotions because we don't want to look at them, right? Well, eventually they are going to pop open. Eventually it is going to rise to the surface, and we do have to deal with it. I do feel, as a side note, this is a lot of what we're going through right now collectively, is that certain things are popping up for us to heal because Spirit really does want us to live a life that is more in alignment with ourselves, that brings us that grounding, that stability where we can feel happy and abundant. That's the whole point of being here, Yeah, it's nice to make money and have friends and have a good life and all of that stuff, but it's not those aren't the only pursuits, right? It's about feeling fulfilled, having that abundance, being adaptable is what I'm hearing, especially with that Mercury energy today. Okay, so Queen of Wands, someone's looking at you is what I'm hearing with this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. You could also be dealing with a fire sign. We'll clarify. Yeah, someone who's feeling left out in the cold is what I'm hearing. I feel like your light is shining quite bright. You feel strong. You feel put together. You feel like you're pushing forward. Even, again, if you're not doing so in the most comfortable of circumstances, even if you're feeling a little exhausted or overwhelmed, you're actually handling it quite well. And I feel like with people, places, and things that haven't really honored you, you have set up these really strong boundaries. 333 on the clock. 3 is all about how we work in teams, right? It's our partnership energy as well as how we're showing up personally. I feel like this person didn't want to work with you, and I feel like now they're regretting that. They've yeah, and it's messing with them, actually. It's messing with their emotions. It's messing with how they're dealing with the situation. They let their anger and their fire get the best of them, and now they're kind of reaping the consequences, so to speak. There's always intended and unintended consequences. I feel like I have to say that. Someone used to say that to me a lot, and yeah, very interesting. So again, 2 of Cups coming up for you. I like this because you're feeling really excited about the new opportunities that are coming in. That's why you're going out and exploring. And it's your abundance is here. I love that. 9 of Cups energy. It's your abundance is right around the corner, or, this gift, this new opportunity, new partnership coming in. like I always say, it doesn't have to be romantic in nature. It definitely can be if you're looking for love. But this is also someone who's bringing you an opportunity, you know, and this, it has a lot of abundance with it, especially with this 9 of Cups. Those cups are filled with abundance, wealth, just a lot of like, it's an upgrade is what I'm hearing, the golden apple, right? It's an upgrade into something new, into something that you've really been hoping for and wishing for quite some time. It has taken a lot for you to get here, right? It hasn't been this like easy, smooth path. There's been a lot of juggling. There's been a lot of back and forth, up and down, and there is still this element of feeling exhausted, right? But I feel like you're seeing what you want. Like, you've known, obviously, what you wanted, right? But you're seeing it more clearly. It's less of a fantasy, and it's becoming more of reality each step of the way. You've had to set these strong boundaries because you cannot go back to the past. There's a lot of betrayal. There's a lot of backstabbing. There's people, places, and things that just treated you really underhandedly, you know, gave you the short end of the stick, hit you below the belt. Like, it's just a lot of mean and aggressive energy, unfortunately, from this Queen of Wands. And I mean, there's always two sides in a relationship, but at the end of the day, this person chose to do what they did, right? They chose to treat you poorly. They chose not to listen. They chose to stab you in the back and pretend like you were going to be fine with it eventually. And honestly, even though this has really been difficult and challenging, it has been the fuel to get you out of this environment. It has been the fuel to push you forward. I feel like this is stuff you've known about this situation, about this person for quite some time, but you always lingered, right? Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not seeing it right. Maybe, right? And in reality, this person, this situation kept showing you, or group of people, if you're dealing with multiple people in regards to this, just kept showing you over and over and over again that they weren't really, that tower energy. They weren't willing to work it out. They weren't willing to, meet your needs, be supportive of your end as well. Understand that there's two different sides to every scenario, every situation. And that is why you've had to set up these strong boundaries. Like I said, they're feeling the repercussions of this. They're very disappointed. I feel like they are thinking about you a lot. They're feeling you a lot. You might even have them come up in your energy. Again, that energetic courting that we create within our relationships. And you might be picking up this feels, right? This feels like, again, 3 of Pentacles energy, just confirming the places where they refuse. They refuse to like work it out, work things through. And it's made it less fun, right? Like, there's a myriad of ways to navigate through things so they're not always so hostile and we're fighting all the time and throwing things back and forth at each other. All that really does is hurt the relationship. It hurts the other individual, it hurts you, and it makes it really challenging to move forward, to heal in the relationship. Yes, I do believe that those relationships aren't meant to stay around for us. If there's one end, if there's one side refusing, what can you do? You know, the healthiest thing to do is to walk away to the best of your ability, right? We can't always disconnect from people we have children with or people we work with, a boss, etc. But there's always ways to kind of detach our energy. And this person did it to you. So again, it's that mirroring effect. You have every right to detach from them. You don't owe them anything, is what I'm hearing. And it actually, again, pushed you in a direction that made you seek out things for yourself. Okay, you don't want to do this, that's fine. Then I'm going to go and do something else, right? I'm going to go find something that is more heart honoring and abundant. Someone who does, sorry, these are getting a little janky. Someone who does want to be my friend or my lover, someone who does value who I am and what I bring to the table. And these are all the things that you had to move through by yourself in order to get to where you are right now. And yes, it has been a lot of work. It has been quite exhausting, the change, the transformation, but it is a complete rebirth. It is a complete renewal of your own life, right? And I feel like actually now maybe it has been really hard to move through all this stuff, but you're better off on this side of the coin. Yeah, you've had to do a lot of the work by yourself. It's been exhausting. You've had a lot of people watching you. You've had a lot of people wishing you'd fail. You'd have a lot of naysayers in the midst of it, and you held strong and you kept pushing forward, which I really love. So beautiful. Be proud of yourself. It's such a powerful energy, and you're overcoming it in this way to bring in your fulfillment, your abundance, what makes your heart sing, right? Something that is specifically designed for you, for your heart. It's going to be incredibly heart honoring. And Spirit has been wanting to give you this gift for quite some time. Just remember that it does take time to heal, especially depending on how deeply connected you are to these individuals, to these groups of people. And it takes time to rewrite our story, you know. It's challenging manifesting when all we see are the naysayers, the people that are constantly saying you can't do it, pushing you down, etc. It takes a lot of strength and determination to rise above, because we accept what's in our environment, especially if we're listening to a friend or family member that we trust. It's way easier, that South Node, again, in Libra that I was talking about, it's way easier to be like, oh, okay, well, maybe you are right. Maybe I'm not seeing this clearly. Maybe you see something that I don't. In reality, it's like, no, it's their own fear. It's their own inability to maybe pursue new things in their life, right? Maybe they're so afraid that they stay stuck in the same loop, the same karma. It does definitely feel like whatever you've been dealing with is definitely in that vibe. New energy is coming in for you. I love that. Have faith in new beginnings. As this exciting chapter unfolds, make sure to close doors to the past. I love that. Such a beautiful confirmation of what we've been talking about today, what our past readings have shown up as. It is time to close the door. It is time to set those boundaries and let it be what it is, right? People make their choices. There are unintended consequences for those choices, whether they want it to be that way or not. You don't have to become responsible or subservient to them because of their choices. They're not yours, right? You made your own choices in this dynamic. And you don't owe anyone anything, right? Fiery passion. There is, we definitely saw this with the Queen of Wands. It also says be intense, be passionate and worked up, but about things that matter, things that can change your life. And that's really what Spirit is asking us to fuel our energy into. We can get so distracted in the chaos, trying to put out all the little fires, and then we forget to pay attention to the things that we do care about, that do make us thrive, that do make our hearts sing. And with the change, we had to weed out the old. We had to weed out these people that didn't really truly want to support us, so that we could birth this new energy, so we could birth this fiery passion. Maybe it's a passion that you've lost along the way because you have constantly been subservient to this other person, and now you're feeling this fire come in again. you're feeling like excited about the future and the opportunities and this abundance that is here for you. Even this beautiful like partnership energy, whether it's love or not. If it's love, it's the start of a really good thing. Even if it's not, it's the start of a really good thing. Two of Cups is one of my favorite cards in the deck. It is about love. It is about coming together and starting something new that can be really good. Don't buy into the confusion. We've been hearing this message a lot for us lately. This is not the best time to make any decisions. Be patient and wait until you can see the choices before you. So if you are feeling a little clouded, if you are feeling like you're not 100% certain in which way you want to go, just be a little bit patient. It's the Two of Swords energy, Moon in Libra, where we really have to weigh the pros and cons. We also have to see how things are going to pan out. And there's a lot of beauty in patience in the process, right? Just letting things play out before you react, before you make a decision one way or another, because there is going to be more that unfolds that's going to give you the pieces that you need. That is why your heart is calling to you right now. The energy of love surrounds you. Open your heart and you will attract whatever your heart desires. I feel like the confusion is meant to detract you from your heart. The confusion is coming a lot from the past, from this side of things, where people, places, and things are really disappointed that you've detached your energy from them, that you've created strong boundaries, and that you're moving forward. But Spirit is saying, like, don't pay attention to it. Simply put, don't pay attention to it. You know, if you have to turn a blind eye, you have to turn a blind eye. Deal with what you have to deal with, but continue to disconnect your energy from those individuals that really just aren't honoring what is in front of you. It is going to release some of this confusion, and it's going to open up your heart a little bit more. You're going to be able to see, sense, feel, tune into the needs and the desires of your heart that much more easily, which is so powerful. I'm really excited for you. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the time, the energy, the love, support, that you give to the channel. I'm sending all the love and blessings back your way. I hope you have a fabulous Wednesday, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great one.